Hi everyone, my name is Alina McCullough and I'm a biologist intern with Wakato Development. I'm standing here outside our new Innovation Centre in Chapleau, Ontario. Wahkohtowin purchased this building in January 2019 and has been transforming it into a resource and gathering place for communities of the Northeast Superior region to collaborate on economic development, cultural revitalization, and socio-economic initiatives. So let's go inside and check it out.
Hey, welcome. Come on in. Welcome to the Innovation Center. We got a second here. We'll stop on the way in and we'll take a look at this poster here. It's just an acknowledgement poster of all the funders, supporters that collaborate with Wakato Development. We'd like to give that acknowledgement. So EcoTrust Canada has been a long-time strategic partner of our group. They've been a big believer in the fact that we need an innovation center, a place to grow our programs out of. So myself, as the general manager, David Flood, working over the last 5 years with EcoTrust Canada and our group of communities to bring about this actual location. The majority of the funding has come from the Petroleum Foundation, as well as our industry partners, Rainier and Ecom, and we've also got Ducks Unlimited, Power Corp of Canada, and the Catherine Donnelly Foundation, and some supplemental resources from Natural Resources Canada and Ministry of Ontario. We had an Indigenous construction company take care of the build for the renovation for us. So Mercer Construction is part of Chapleau Cree First Nation. We're excited about that. Fantastic job. Come on in.
Hi, my name is Amberly Kwakajizik and I'm the Guardian Program Manager for Wahkohtowin. This is my first season working in this position, and we had a lot of really exciting projects this summer. We had a full team of Guardians. We had 5 for the summer, and so this table showcases some of the amazing work that we do, such as harvesting birch bark for birch baskets, last year's canoe that we built right there, and we're working towards building another. And here's some of our birch syrup that we've made right here in Chapleau. And here's a poster that shows some of the stuff that we've been up to this summer, such as collecting bark, monitoring moose habitats, a variety of training and workshops, and just working as a team to accomplish our goals.
Fantastic, and let's continue the journey into Wahkohtowin and Wahkohtowin development. We've been around for about 5 years, incorporating the spring of 2016. Our initial pie chart and the way we started our businesses and relationship work in the region, starting with our owner communities who had the vision of forest tenure reform, increasing community capacity in forest management, starting lands and resource departments, growing a guardian program, partnering with other existing businesses to grow some level of prosperity in the forest sector. This is where we came up with this poster, Who, What, Where, Wahkohtowin. So here it gives us a little bit of our mission on the conservation economy, and that if we live in the region and we're from the region, we have inherent rights and jurisdiction of the region, then ultimately our communities and our membership should be benefiting from the resources of the region. So we're a forestry and lands and animals and environmental focused organization. We're not into necessarily mining and energy in terms of the hydroelectric development. We're much more of that land-based focused organization. So you can see here we have a group of strategic partners that we've been working with over the last few years. So Outland, Rainier, we partnered with First Resource Management to grow some forest management capacity. Pinwa has been fantastic for us to pull in internships and help grow our staffing. Natural Resource Canada has been a strategic collaborative partner in the Herbicide Alternative Program initiative. We've branched out and tried to do some other supply chain work around boreal partnership with home kit design. So Tree to Home is the project, and Boreal puts out thermolog houses. We're branching into forest carbon management and looking at some microalgal inoculation initiatives around carbon sequestration. And obviously the province of Ontario has a collaborative role to play in that, given that they are sort of the managers of the resources under Section 92, but obviously our communities are rights holders under Section 35 of the Constitution. So we are not meant to be formally a political organization, but we have a geopolitical role to play in the region. So across these different projects, as I mentioned, Herbicide Alternative program, expanding the Guardian program, and non-timber forest products such as the bird stirrup collection. There is this new shift going on in the province right now around diversifying forest use, consumptive forest use, moving away from just lumber, pulp, and paper, and talking about the bioeconomy. What else can be done with forest wood fiber? We want to play a role in shaping what that looks like going forward. Strategically, other partners in the region that we work with, Outland for emergency training, fire suppression. They run an Ontario or an Outland Youth Employment Program initiative, which we think is a good kickstart for a lot of our youth to do career planning and choosing their way in terms of what they might want to be later in life, going on to university, college, or just outright jumping to journey careers in the forest sector, as an example. The most recent initiative that we find ourselves in is what's called the customized consultation approach on relationship table exercise, and that's where we have gotten the direction from our leadership. That we need to have a better, more direct and integrated say in the long-term management of the forests of the region. So we've set up these bilateral agreements with Ontario. They're the first of their kind. It's a pilot initiative. I'll just supplement that our community's also piloted the resource revenue share agreements. So very progressive group of chiefs in the region here, and we're excited to share the work going forward. So our pie, as you can see, we don't just do one thing. There's many things that we do as a group. And just to show the complexity, just for fun, if you look around the room, there's these little whiteboard clips, and I'm a big whiteboard fan myself in terms of planning. And so the first chart represents some strategic planning and operational planning in our earlier days of Wahkohtowin. The other one is forest tenure reform, and the other one over there is the bilateral relationship that got us to a CCA agreement. So complex, challenging, enriching, to the benefit of our communities that own us, Brunswick House First Nation, Missinaibi Cree First Nation, and Chapleau Cree First Nation. And our ultimate goal is to actually strengthen each of the community's lands and resources departments so that there's a bigger presence coming from the community voice, and we're here to support that as Wahkohtowin. Jamaica.
So these are some of the tools that Guardians use quite regularly to do their field work. We have tablets which are loaded with competition index surveys from our vegetation surveys with the herbicide alternative program. We use it to study late winter moose habitat. We also use the game cam to do monitoring of different types of habitats and learning about different eco-sites, species ID, medicines, a variety of projects. We use the GPS to track our locations and collect data. And then here's another tablet that we use as well. So Guardians, whenever they come in after a day out in the field, they'll upload all their data and photos. Here's a poster of an event that we hosted on Indigenous Day on June 21st. And we had communities come out and pay their respects for the Every Child Matters. And then here's a poster that represents the 13 moons and the cultural practices that our people did using those moons. And we're gonna try to use it to help narrate the seasonal work that the Guardians are going to do so that we can have a full year program.
So in this corner of the Innovation Center, we have some posters related to our moose recovery project. So moose are a cultural keystone species for our owner communities, but sadly have been declining for the last 20 years or so. So one of our main objectives is to set up a moose monitoring program in collaboration with our youth guardians to monitor the moose population on our traditional territories. And we're also looking to improve how winter habitat is identified in forest management plans, incorporating more Indigenous knowledge. And we're looking for funding for this program, so go to our website or our Facebook to see how you can donate. In the second poster, we have this graph that shows how spraying with the herbicide glyphosate, which is used in forestry, reduces habitat selection by moose of those areas that are sprayed. So that's part of why we want to identify important late winter habitat areas, is to protect them from herbicide spray. because there's some new research, like is shown on this poster back here, that confirms that glyphosate does actually persist in forest plants for up to or even over a decade.
Okay, welcome to the Innovation Center. This room is geared to collaboration for meetings and other group work we have. My name is Tammy Tremblay. I'm the Environmental Initiatives Lead for Wahkohtowin, and I'll be working on programs relating to moose management, herbicide alternative, and working with our owner communities on supporting their lands and resources departments.
Hi, I'm Marguerite. I'm the financial controller for Wakato Development. Been with the company for almost 5 years, and thank you. We will take you upstairs to the living quarters. Come on up. Here is our newly renovated deck area, so we can have get-togethers, do work. Our guardians can probably do work here as well, and for use for our partners also. Living quarters. So as you'll notice here, we have like a little sitting area. If you come a little more to the left here, there's the kitchen. That's a communal kitchen that everybody can use. Come on in, I'll show you some of the living facilities. This is the first room. And we'll go down to the other ones. So we have 3 rooms for all our guests, supporters, funders, partners to use. And last but not least, our communal bathroom facilities here for everyone.
Let's go see what our guardians are up to. Hey guys, what's going on?
Hey.
Hi.
Hello. We are splitting root for the canoe. So we've been boiling the roots for at least an hour or so, and then the bark just kind of peels right off. And then once we've peeled off all the bark, there's a natural split right in the root. And then we split the root right in half, and then we process and thin it out so that we can use these lashings later on our birch bark canoe.
As a former guardian to Wahkohtowin, I've done a lot of field work and a lot of office work, and I'd like to come back to this beautiful new renovated workspace that has an accessibility ramp, a guest house, great boss. Wahkohtowin is the best company out, and I feel like we're inclusive to all. Our crew keeps getting bigger, and I'm very proud and happy that the work we have achieved here at Wahkohtowin. Come by, please. Bye.